The opposition National Super Alliance deliberately kept co-principal Kalonzo Musyoka from taking oath alongside leader Raila Odinga on Tuesday, the coalition said, dismissing reports of a division. Mr. Musyoka spoke of this grand plan at a media conference on Thursday attended by Mr. Odinga and the other co-principals Mr. Musalia Mudavadi and Mr. Moses Wetang'ula. They also used the event at the Okoa Kenya offices in Nairobi to confirm their unity of purpose and caution their followers about attempts to divide them. "We are going to remain together as NASA. This so-called division in NASA is a creation of the media. I explained on that day that they were not there for a reason, and they have explained it today. The war is not intra-NASA. Our enemy is known and that is where our guns should be trained," Mr. Odinga said. Betrayal. The press conference came in the wake of accusations of betrayal within the coalition after the three principals failed to show up at the event. Mr. Odinga's Orange Democratic Movement, ODM, MPs, and some allied to Mr. Mudavadi's Amani National Congress, escalated the condemnation. The NASA quartet had, in the lead-up to Tuesday's Uhuru Park ceremony, promised their supporters a flawless event in which Mr. Odinga and Mr. Musyoka would be sworn in as the People's President and his deputy, respectively. In the end, it was a largely ODM affair, with a majority of the ANC MPs and those from Mr. Wetang'ula's Ford Kenya missing at Uhuru Park. The oath was administered by ODM's Tom Kajwang and firebrand lawyer Miguna. Strategy. But Mr. Musyoka on Thursday said all this was part of a grand plan. The decision was made at Makako's during the People's Assembly launch 2 weeks ago when our brother Raila told us, "We all know what you are dealing with, what you are going through, and even the threat to your personal and family safety. You are my deputy, but I want to swear in before you." That was the tactical decision, Mr. Musyoka said. Even if we had ended up at Uhuru Park, which was not possible, Raila would still have taken the oath alone, he added. Mr. Odinga defended the oath, saying it was warranted. "I am not mad to be doing this. I am a very reasonable Kenyan. We won the election, and I can swear by the Bible that the results we gave are the genuine outcome of the August elections, he said. That's why I went there and confidently took the oath. Backlash. Mr. Musyoka, on the other hand, said he would be sworn in at a later date but after considering time and the situation. On Wednesday, Mr. Musyoka came under a barrage of criticism from leaders, with National Assembly Minority Leader John Mbadi, Mr. Miguna, and trade unionist Francis Atwale leading the onslaught. "These people are cowards. Kalonzo is a known betrayer of social justice. What he did in 2007 is still clear in the minds of Kenyans. They hoped against hope and even prayed that the police block the venue to hide their cowardice, Mr. Atwale said. Mr. Mbadi said, "There is no cure for a coward. A coward is just a coward, and those who were brave enough made it to Uhuru Park on Tuesday. Disunity. MPs Jared Okolo, Nyando, and Sabati SK Lebamizi have already threatened to push for the removal of Mr. Wetang'ula as Senate Minority Leader, part of the calls Mr. Musyoka said should stop. "We want to call our troops to order, and we want to ask that we refocus. We have said that we are still together, Mr. Musyoka said." Earlier, Makueni Governor Kivuta Kibwana, the Wiper chairman, had accused ODM of being disrespectful to Mr. Musyoka before and after the oath. "Yes, there are issues that need to be looked into, but I want to assume that the combination and NASA are intact. All we ask for is respect from our other partner, ODM," Professor Kibwana said at a morning radio show. "ODM has not been fair. Even our representatives in the plans were kept in the dark most of the time, he continued. "We are part of the NASA coalition, but most of the time we were not briefed on meetings and progress." Media shut down. As the four spoke, MPs from the coalition gathered at Milimani Law Courts in Nairobi, where they threatened to call for mass action to bring sanity into the country against a dictatorial regime out to use security forces to intimidate and even eliminate political opponents. They accused the government of acting outside the constitutional and other legal framework by closing down leading television stations and arresting opposition leaders arbitrarily. The people of Kenya should be prepared. This war might not be won in any institution like parliament or even the judiciary, which has done its best to bring sanity to this country, Mr Mudavadi said. Present at the press conference were MPs Dan Manzo, Makueni, Peter Kaluma, Homa Bay Town, Ocean Damalo, Rairi Ida, Anthony Aloic, Mather, and James Nyikal, Samay, and Senators Ledama Olekina, Nrik, and Agnes Zani, nominated.